Hey, what's up, budget billers? My name is Trill, and today we have some unexpected news to share with you. Representative Kyrsten Sinema is back in the picture again, but this time should be even bigger threat to the Democrats. Initially, we thought we only had to worry about Senator Joe Manchin. He's got some company now. Well, President Biden actually met with both of them on Wednesday in a closed meeting setting. Biden wanted to speak to both of them privately to discuss their concerns surrounding the massive $3.5 trillion social spending bill. Biden probably wasn't also asking them on what he needs to do in order to get their support so that they can pass this bill. Also in the headlines, is Mike Pence preparing to run for president? Well, there are a few signs that's leading up to that decision in that direction. Also, the Democrats was able to pass a piece of the provisions in the social spending package by one of the subcommittees on Wednesday. But one Democrat decided to separate themselves from the party when it was time to actually vote for it. And as a quick reminder, guys, hey, the latest installment of the child tax credits for the month of September was issued this past Wednesday. In case you missed it, more stimulus relief aid to those who have one or more children, and those are coming every month on the 15th. Also, there are about 24 states that are taking legal action against President Biden over the vaccine mandates he made a few weeks ago. This is getting out of control, guys, at this point. Also, be sure to stay until the very end of this video because we have our daily news that we want to share with you as well. Those are just some of the topics that we are going to cover today, but if this is your first time to the channel, hey, welcome and glad to have you. On this channel, we talk about finance, real estate, credit cards, Bitcoin and crypto, and stimulus update news. So if you're interested in any of those, go ahead and hit the subscribe button for me. That way you can join our community. Also, if you end up liking the content in this video or even laughing at one of my jokes, then be sure to like this video. Other than that, guys, hey, let's go ahead and jump right into the video. Okay, guys, I guess I spoke too soon. I mentioned yesterday that a new Democrat in one of the subcommittees for the social spending bill that was voting on passing the provisions to raise the tax rate, her name is Representative Stephanie Murphy of Florida. She was in opposition to passing these specific provisions in the subcommittee on Wednesday. Well, we thought her and Joe Manchin was the only people that the Democrats had to worry about. But I guess I spoke too soon. Representative Kyrsten Sinema is back in the news again, guys, and this time she is being an even bigger threat to passing this social spending package. So she spoke out a couple of days ago on Monday and said that she wants a lower spending bill. Now, in this article right here, it says that Sinema wants the Democrats to spend less on Biden's economic agenda, and here is where the trouble begins. Sinema stated on Monday that she has lots of spreadsheets that she is preparing to use in order to demand that the Democrats spend less money on the Democratic economic policies during the one chance they'll likely have in the next 2 years to advance the economic policies that they have on the table. Apparently, she has all this data that she plans to use as leverage in order to accomplish what she is going after. She has these accountant-like focus on the bottom line spreadsheets, and she is updating her data to ensure that she has accurate information. Now, I'm not sure exactly what that is, but I must say she has now been upgraded to the biggest threat against passing this massive $3.5 trillion stimulus package. This information came out on Tuesday, which immediately caused President Biden to reach out to her privately to set up a meeting in the White House. He also reached out to Joe Manchin as well to meet with him. So, President Biden set up individual meetings with both of them at different times on Wednesday morning. Obviously, having both of them in the room at the same time probably wouldn't be the best idea to have, if you know what I mean. Now, these meetings did take place on Wednesday in a private session, so we don't know exactly what was said, but we can assume that President Biden was asking both of them, what does he need to do in order to get their support on this stimulus bill? Does he need to offer them some type of incentives under the table, or does he need to offer them some type of seat in the White House. What do you think, guys? What do you think that President Biden had to offer them? So even though we don't have any information on that information that was discussed with them in their meetings, I'm sure some of it will be leaked to the public in the coming days. I will keep you guys posted if I hear anything. But as I was saying, Sinema seems to be the biggest issue for the Democrats right now, which they need their 2 votes, as well as the other 48 Democrats. The Democrats need a total of 50 votes in order for this bill to pass. So without the support of Senator Joe Manchin and Senator Kyrsten Sinema, this entire stimulus package could collapse. Moving on, 24 states are now threatening to take legal action to sue the Biden administration. This is over the latest president's new rule of requiring employers with more than 100 employees to mandate vaccinations and frequent testing for their workers. A group of Republican state attorney generals sent a letter to President Biden on Thursday, vowing to take legal action if he did not reverse course. They are arguing that the mandate would be illegal and unlikely to be successful as a public health measure. And this is what the letter read. The vaccines have helped protect millions of Americans, and there are surely others who could benefit from obtaining this type of treatment. But convincing those who are hesitant to do so would require you to allow room for discussion and disagreement. Instead, you have offered the American people flimsy legal arguments, contradictory statements, and threatening directives. It is almost as if your goal is to sow division and distrust rather than to promote unity and the public's health. President Biden said last week that the vast majority of American people know we have to do these things. He said they are very hard, but they are necessary. We're going to get them done. Now, I must say, guys, that we knew this mandate was surely to set the stage for the court battle with some state officials and others as well. The group of state attorney generals wants President Biden to allow people to make their own decisions about the vaccine, which so far they have been making their own decisions about the vaccine. And of course, the virus cases in this country have gotten much worse. And speaking of vaccines and the virus, Idaho is in the news today. They are allowing their hospitals that are overwhelmed with COVID patients to start rationing healthcare. Now, what this means is, since the recent surge in virus cases and hospitalizations, the Idaho Department of Health and Wellness announced that the state is now under crisis standards, meaning that hospitals are able to determine how to prioritize care based on patients, doctors, and what they believe have the best chances of survival. Now, in other words, someone who is otherwise healthy and would recover more rapidly may get treated or have access to a ventilator before someone who is not likely to recover can get one of those ventilators. Wow, this is some huge news, guys. I'm sure we will start seeing more hospitals do the same thing going forward if they are at capacity. The spokesperson for Idaho said it's a dire situation. They said, "We don't have enough resources to adequately treat the patients in our hospitals, whether you are there for COVID or a heart attack or because you were in a car accident." So I guess those who live in Idaho, be careful when you're driving out there or when you are around other people, because if you get sick, you might not be able to receive treatment from a hospital. But tell me, guys, do you guys think that this is a fair statement in what these hospitals are doing? It sounds like everyone is treated equal, or do you think that they should limit the amount of non-vaccinated people for treatment? It's definitely a touchy subject for everyone. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. Now, in other news, the IRS sent out a warning message yesterday regarding those who requested extensions on their 2020 tax returns. They wanted to remind you that the deadline is approaching for taxpayers to get those tax returns submitted before the deadline, which is October the 15th, I believe. And I have to admit, guys, I am guilty of this. I still haven't sent in my tax documents, but I will meet that deadline, guys. I will meet it. And yes, I will have to pay Uncle Sam some money this year or last year. Unfortunately, anyways, guys, hey, I forgot to remind you guys that those child tax credits were auto-deposited on Wednesday. I received mine and I honestly forgot about it. I hope those of you that are eligible for one received yours as well. And of course, if you received yours by mail, it might take another week or two to receive that. Let me remind you that it is much easier to just go ahead and set up direct deposit. Come on, guys, it's 2021. Now, Did you guys know that former Vice President Mike Pence is attempting to run for president? Well, apparently he is preparing to take a stab at it, which is strange because he has been completely MIA since the riot happened on January the 6th. Now, personally, I don't think he has a chance of winning or even getting close to it. I don't think that the Trump supporters will be supporting him after they feel like he let everyone down. And I'm sure former President Trump will be bad-mouthing him the entire campaign trail. So Mike Pence doesn't stand a fair chance. It's actually easier for him to just sit back at home and to write a tell-all book or do something like that. And he can make even more money doing that with less stress. Don't you guys agree? But anyways, guys, hey, my time is up for today. This has been another fourth stimulus check update for today. Now, if you enjoy any of this information or found it to be useful, be sure to hit the like button for us. It definitely helps out a lot, and it also tells YouTube to share this video with others. And if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button for me so that you can be a part of this community, and hit the notification bell to be notified of each new video. Again, as always, hey, I appreciate you guys stopping by and watching, and I hope to see you on the next video.